It's 1976. America is 200 years old. The boardwalk is open, the Ferris wheel is turning, and the summer is exactly what you remember. 20 songs for the boards, for the salt air and the cotton candy, and the midnight rides, and the fireworks over the Atlantic. This is Retro Vibe FM, and tonight we're going back to the summer everyone who was there still talks about. Buckle up, the boardwalk begins.
Retro Vibe FM.
Half a mile before the sign, parking lot was already filling up. Dad paid $1, Mom poured her last cup, the coffee from the thermos in the back, and we hit the boards and never looked back. The smell of sunscreen and the salt of the sea. This is exactly where I want to be. Every summer starts like this. The first step on the wooden slats, that first breath of salt and bliss. And there it is, there it is. The boardwalk begins. The summer starts right here. The boardwalk begins. The best time of the year. Rides and games and cotton candy stand. Everybody here is family. Everybody lends a hand. The boardwalk begins. And everything is wide open. And the summer is ours. The boardwalk begins. Tommy's already won a stuffed bear. Kathy's got pink cotton candy in her hair. The old man on the corner plays accordion, the same 3 songs he played since I was born. And somewhere a seagull's making noise, and somewhere a kid just found his voice. And all of it together sounds like this. The summer everyone will say was best. Every summer starts like this. The first game won, the first ride ridden, the first ice cream on the lips. And there it is, there it is. The boardwalk begins. Every perfect thing is here. The boardwalk begins. Pull up, shift down, now gear. 50 different smells all hitting at once. The fried dough in the ocean and the sun. The boardwalk begins. And I'm 17 and free. The summer of 17 and free. And the summer of 76 was made for me. The boardwalk begins. Listen to the ocean, hear it, listen to the rides, feel it, this is what we waited for. 9 months of school and then 4 months of this. The boardwalk begins. Right here, right now, tonight. The boardwalk begins. Everything is going right. And 50 years from now, when someone asks me what was best, the boardwalk begins. I'll tell them this, I'll tell them 76, I'll tell them all of this. The boardwalk begins. The boardwalk begins. The boardwalk. The boardwalk begins. Yellow and white in a paper bag, strawberry pink in a little wax wrapper, pulled and stretched in the window display. The candy lady works it every day. She's been here since my father was a boy, making the same sweet summer joy. Twist by twist and pull by pull, one bag and I'm always full, but I keep coming back every single year. There's something sweet to bring home from here. Saltwater Taffy from the shop on the board. Saltwater Taffy, better than any reward. Vanilla and strawberry, banana and cream. Saltwater Taffy, the sweetest part of the whole summer. little white square. I said, what's this one? She said,
Just try it, dare.
I tried every single one until the whole sample tray was done. The lady laughed and said, you remind me of your father. Same face, same sweet tooth, same need. And something in that land, it's off to right. There are some things that don't change overnight. And I keep coming back for things like this. The taste of something that doesn't miss. Saltwater taffy, it's not just candy. Saltwater taffy is the whole summer handy. In a little paper bag for the ride home at night. Saltwater taffy makes everything sweet, everything light, everything right. Saltwater taffy. And when I'm old and gray and far from the sea, someone will open a wrapper, then suddenly I'll be 17 again. In a paper bag of sweet, on a summer boardwalk afternoon. In 76, complete. Saltwater taffy, my hands are already sticky. Saltwater taffy, summer made me picky. Strawberry's the best one, or maybe vanilla cream. Saltwater taffy is the sweetest part of the whole summer dream. Saltwater taffy. Waited in line for 40 minutes. The ticket guy said 3 more cars. And when they locked the bar across our laps, we were already halfway to the stars. Slow rise, the whole boardwalk beneath us. Lights of everything we'd walked that day. The ocean black and silver in the moonlight. The whole white summer laid out where we lay. She reached over, took my hand at the very top of everything. Ferris wheel at midnight. Slow turning, slow turning. Ferris wheel at midnight. The whole world below us learning that from up here everything looks simple and small and beautiful and worth every minute. Ferris wheel at midnight. I never wanted to come down at all. The ride lasted maybe 3 whole minutes, but I remember every second of the 3. The way the ocean stretched past the horizon, the way she said I can see New Jersey, the way I laughed and held on tighter, not to the bar. I let go of the bar. I was holding on to something better, something worth more than this ride by far. And the whole thing kept turning slow, and I kept not wanting to go. Ferris wheel at midnight. Up here is where I wanna be. Ferris wheel at midnight, with the whole summer under me, with the lights and the sounds getting small down below. Ferris wheel at midnight, I didn't wanna let this go. This view, this night, this ride, this 76. They rang the bell that meant our time was done. We started coming down into the noise and hum. And I thought some moments live longer than the moment lives. A Ferris wheel at midnight in 76 is one of those. Ferris wheel at midnight, I can still see all of it. Ferris wheel at midnight, the ocean and the lights and this. The boardwalk glowing amber, the summer still so new. Ferris wheel at midnight was the best view I ever knew was you. Midnight. A quarter to and a slide at 2:15. Best machine on the whole boardwalk scene. Volcano, 3,000 points to beat. Tommy had it yesterday, but today's my feet. The flippers warm up, the first ball drops. I'm in the zone and nobody stops. My wrists are ready and my eyes are keen. Highest score this machine has ever seen. 3 ball left, 2 ball left, 1 ball left, no! High score, I'm going for the high score. High score, nobody's been here before. The lights are going crazy, the machine is shaking loud. High score on the boardwalk in front of the whole crowd. High score! Second game was better than the first. Third game I hit the multi-ball burst. 6,000 points and climbing, climbing still. The man beside me said, son, what a thrill. I said, I got 1 more quarter and 1 more try. He said, I'll watch, his popcorn held high. 7,612 was the board. This quarter either matches it or scores. Flip left, flip right, bonus round tonight, tonight. High score, new record on the machine. High score, best anyone has been. The initials that I typed in DN. High score on the boardwalk. I'll never be this good again. High score. Hey, hey. 8,042 volcano flashing my name, Dan. That's me. Dan. That's me. On the highest place in the whole game. Hey! High score. Still mine until next year. High score. Everybody here. Come see the board. Come see the name. Come see what I did on the last quarter of the game. High score. High score. High score. High score. Hey. High score. Yeah. Cotton candy, ooh, cotton candy, right. I was minding my own business at the cotton candy stand when she turned around and the whole summer changed. She had a pink cloud on a paper cone in her hand, and the look on her face was something I can't name. She caught me staring, didn't look away. She just just smiled and broke off half and said, "You look like someone who forgets to eat all day." And that was how it started, how it was said. Pink sugar on her fingers, salt air in her hair. Didn't know her name yet, didn't even care. Cotton candy girl, standing in the summer sun. Cotton candy girl, you're about to be my favorite one. Strawberry and sweet from the man with the machine. Cotton candy girl, best thing this boardwalk's ever seen. Cotton candy girl. We walked the whole boardwalk in to end. She told me where she's from, 2 states away. I said, "That's too far." She said, "Well, depends." Yeah, something in the deep ends made me want to stay forever on this boardwalk eating cotton candy. Listen to her talk about everything. I wasn't even listening that carefully, but everything she said was the best thing. Pink sugar on her fingers, salt air in her hair. I knew her name by noon, but I already care. Cotton candy girl, I don't even know your last name. Cotton candy girl, I'd walk this boardwalk all over again. Sweet and light and warm and everything I didn't plan. Cotton candy girl, you changed the summer while you ran down this boardwalk with me. Before you go back 2 states away, I have something I wanna say. The cotton candy was great, but you were better. And I hope you know, I mean every letter. Cotton candy girl, write your number on my hand. Cotton candy girl, the best thing on the sand. Summer's only 8 more weeks, and 2 states is too far to go. Cotton candy girl, before the summer's over, I want you to know I'll be here next summer. Same stand, same row. Cotton candy girl, cotton candy. I was losing badly at the ring toss stand. 3 tries in, no prize in my hand. The game guy gave me that look, you know the one. Son, maybe try a different thing for fun. And then someone tapped me on the shoulder blade and said, "Here, watch this." And a perfect throw was made. And the ring went on, and the bell went ding. And she said, "That's how you do the ring thing." I said, "How did you?" She said, "Practice." I said, "Can you teach me?" She said, "Maybe what's your name?" She found me on the Midway, showed me how to win. She found me on the Midway, that's where it all begins. 3 rings later, she had won me a prize. She found me on the Midway, and I saw it in her eyes. She'd been looking for me too. On the Midway, the prize she won me was a small stuffed frog. She said, "You're welcome." I said, "Thank you, I'm lost." She laughed and said, "What do you mean you're lost?" I said, I'm lost for words, that's all." She said, "Better," and she kept walking. And I followed because what else do you do when the most interesting person on the boardwalk has just decided she might talk to you? She said, keep up. I said, I'm trying. She said, most boys just stand there. I said, I'm not most boys, apparently. She found me on the Midway, best find of the summer. She found me on the Midway, and everything got warmer. She still has a ring toss record, I still have the frost. She found me on the Midway, and the rest is just the best of dust. She found me on the Midway, somewhere on the boardwalk tonight. And every year that summer's right. Oh, a boy who doesn't know how to win a ring meets a girl who does, and that's everything. She found me on the Midway, still the best day of that summer. She found me on the Midway, made me hers before the end of summer. 3 rings, 1 frog, 1 name, 1 summer, 1 mid, 1 game. She found me, she found me, she found me on the Midway. On the Midway, on the Midway, on the Midway. Where are we going? She asked me, I said, into the pier and back. She said, that's pretty far. I said, I know. And she didn't argue, just followed the track of the boardwalk boards beneath our feet. Past the arcade and the taffy shop, past the family with the stroller and the kite, past the point where most people stop. Not us, not tonight. We kept going to the end where the boards stop and the ocean starts and the world turns around again. All the way to the end of the pier, where the ocean is bigger than your fear. All the way to the end of the pier, with someone who makes it worth being here. Past the rides and the games and the crowd, to the place where you can say things out loud. All the way to the end of the pier, that's where I wanted to be, with her. All the way. We leaned on the railing at the very end, the whole boardwalk a line of light behind us, the ocean just dark and breathing below, the kind of quiet that can find us only at the end of something long. She said, I'm glad we walked this far. I said, me too, and meant 100 things by those 2 words under the stars. And we stayed there for a while, just the 2 of us and the end, before turning around to walk the whole long pier again. All the way to the end of the pier, the best walk of this whole summer. All the way to the end of the pier, everything was clearer. At the end of the pier, she took my arm on the way back, the whole boardwalk glowing ahead of us. All the way to the end, and all the way back with her. The walk back felt shorter, though it was the same length. Something about walking toward the light gives you a different strength. And the lights of the boardwalk pulled us in like a tide. All the way to the end of the pier was the best ride. All the way to the end of the pier, that's where summer lives. All the way to the end of the pier is as far as this night gives. And we walked every board of it, both ways in the dark. All the way to the end of the pier and back to the start, and back to the lights, and back to the crowd, and back to where everything was loud and good, and back to where everything was loud and good, and back to where everything was loud and good. All the way. Powdered sugar on a paper plate. The line was long, but worth the wait. She poured the batter in the oil in rings, and out came the most incredible thing. Crispy on the outside, soft within. Best decision since the day began. And a lemonade from the stand next door. Fresh squeezed, too sweet, I went back for more. Some things are perfect, just exactly as they are. A funnel cake and lemonade under the sun, not far. Whoa! Funnel cake and lemonade, best meal I ever made. Funnel cake and lemonade, everything is fine. The powdered sugar's on my shirt, the lemonade's too sweet. Funnel cake and lemonade on a summer boardwalk beat, best things ever. My mother always said that's not a meal. My mother's not here, and the meal is real. The best argument I've ever won is eating funnel cake under the summer sun. She got the strawberry lemonade, I got the plain, we share the plate. And there's not a restaurant in any city that makes something this pretty. Some meals are a beautiful room. Some meals are just like this. Powdered sugar in the summer sun. This funnel cake and lemonade, summer's greatest hit parade. Funnel cake and lemonade, I'd live here if I had it made. The powdered sugar's everywhere, it's in her hair, she doesn't care. Funnel cake and lemonade on a perfect summer day. Nothing better, nothing better. 50's been better, nothing better. 50 years from now, they'll still make this here, and some kid will take a bite and feel exactly what I feel right now. Right here. Summer 76. Funnel cake and lemonade, every summer that I've lived. Funnel cake and lemonade, the best thing summer gives. The powdered sugar settles on the boards beneath our feet. Funnel cake and lemonade, the boardwalk's best summer treat. The best, so good, so good. The best, the best, the best. So good, so good, so good. The best, so good, the best. Summer good. Paid the man 2 tickets for the blue car tour. Tommy took the red, she took the yellow star. The buzzer sounded and the power came on. All my manners and my patience were gone. I aimed for Tommy, he dodged to the right. I caught him broadside, oh what a fight. She came from nowhere, crashed on my cars, this is what living feels like. Bumper cars, hit me again, I like it. The electric sparks from the ceiling, the smell of the current in the air. Bumper cars, nobody's playing fair. Bumper cars, nobody's supposed to. Cars crash. 4 minutes on the clock for 2 tickets each. Every second counts, every car in reach. I got Tommy 3 more times on the wall. He got me back, we crashed together a ball. She was running everyone off the ring, laughing so hard I couldn't even think. This is what summer sounds like every bit. The crash and the laugh and the spark and the hit. You're supposed to hit them hard as you dare. 2 more minutes left, use every square. Bumper cars, this is what summer feels like. Bumper car, hit me, I need the thrill ride. The electric ceiling crackling, everyone's laughing out loud. Bumper cars, best ride in the crowd. Bumper cars, nobody's being careful. Cars crash. The buzzer's gonna sound, and we'll go back to normal. But right now, normal's not on the menu. Bumper cars, last lap, everything you've got. Bumper cars, give it one more shot. The ride is almost over. The summer never is. Bumper cars on the boardwalk, the craziest kind of bliss. Cars crash. Bumper cars. Best ride ever. Hey! 200 years they've been planning all year. Every town in America wanted to be first. But right here on this boardwalk in the dark, we all knew where we needed to be worst. The old man had his hat from 26. The little girl had sparklers in both fists. And we all faced the ocean and the sky at 9 o'clock exactly, July. And the first one went up, and the crowd went quiet. And then the first one burst, and the crowd went riot. July 4th, 200 years of this. July 4th, 76. The ocean and the fireworks and the bliss. Red and white and blue over everything we knew. July 4th, 76. This is America. This is us. This is what we've been this whole time. July 4th, 76. My grandfather put his hand on my shoulder, said I saw the 100th birthday too, said it was in a different kind of country, and tonight is something newer, something true. And I didn't know exactly what he meant, but I felt the weight of what was sent through 100 years of people just like us, standing on a beach with all their fuss. And then another one went up, and the boardwalk all lit orange. And I held my breath and felt something enormous. July 4th, 76. I remember this forever. July 4th, 76. America pulling it together. 200 years of trying, 200 years of this. July 4th, July 4th, 76. Standing on the boardwalk with the people that I love. 76. July 4th, 76. long time to hold something together. 200 years of summers, 200 years of this weather, and somewhere in the fireworks something old became something clear. We were all just people on a boardwalk trying to be here. July 4th, 76, the biggest summer of them all. July 4th, 76, when the last one fell, the silence said it all. Red and white and blue on the Atlantic shore. July 4th, 76, some summers you just can't ask for more. July 4th, July 4th, 76, oh, July 4th, 76, 76, July 4th, 76, 76. Same three guys every summer evening, 6 to 9 on the covered stand. The one on guitar has the same blue Fender. He's had it since before this band. The keyboard player's maybe 60-something, but his left hand still moves quick as it did. And the drummer in the back, quiet one, he sets the pulse like a metronome did. Nobody's paying them $1 million. Nobody's gonna make them famous now. But every summer kid who walks this boardwalk knows their song somehow. The band on the bandstand playing all night long. The band on the bandstand playing every summer song. They were here before I was born here. They'll be here when I'm gone. The band on the bandstand. The boardwalk wouldn't be right without the band playing on. They played a song I knew from the radio, but slower, with more room to breathe in it. I stopped walking and stood there for a minute. The way a good song can make you stand in it. The guitar player caught my eye and nodded, like he knew I needed that exact song. I bought a Coke from the stand beside the bandstand, and I stood there, and I stayed there all night long. Nobody asked me for a ticket. Nobody cared how long I stayed. The band just played and I just listened, and the summer was repaid. The band on the bandstand, 3 men in their songs. The band on the bandstand, summer all night long. I couldn't name a single song they played, but I knew every word. The band on the bandstand, best music I ever heard that summer, that night. And always have and always will. The ocean and the boards and the band standing still, just playing for whoever needs the music tonight. The band on the bandstand, still playing when the crowd was gone. The band on the bandstand, playing their last song, and I was the last one standing there under the boardwalk light. The band on the bandstand played me out into the night, into 76, into summer, into everything right. Still playing. We slipped off the boardwalk between two stands, down the stairs to where the water began. She pulled off her sandals at the bottom step, and I watched her wade into the wet, up to her ankles in the Atlantic cold. July water that's never quite warm. Oh, she lifted her face to whatever was blowing in, and I stood there watching, and I didn't begin to say anything for a long while. Just the ocean and her smile, her feet in the sand, her arms at her sides, her feet in the sand, the ocean deciding tides. Nobody on this stretch of beach for 100 yards or more. Her feet in the sand and me behind her on the shore, watching. She turned around eventually, said you should come in, it's not that cold. I said I'm good right here. She said okay, and waded further in than I've been told, up to her knees now in the gray-green water, laughing at something the ocean said. And I thought, I'll remember this one when I'm very old and most of summer's dead. I'll remember this, just her and the sea, and everything quiet between her and me. Her feet in the sand, then her feet in the wave, her feet in the sand, and the boardwalk a mile away. Just for this 1 minute, the summer slowed all the way down. Her feet in the sand and everything else far away somewhere. Excitement and the next excitement, there's a quiet space that most people miss. Her feet in the sand is exactly that space, and I was lucky enough to be there for this. Her feet in the sand, her face to the sea, her feet in the sand, in the summer and me, in the boardwalk behind us, and the ocean ahead. Her feet in the sand, the best thing I can carry from this summer in my head. Her feet in the sand. Hey. The car started slow, then it wasn't slow. The whole thing tilted and I let go of everything I was holding, including my dignity. I was just doing what the Tilt-A-Whirl was designed for, laughing like I've never laughed before. 3 spins clockwise to count to 1 more, and my stomach left through the floor. Ooh, she's screaming, I'm screaming, the whole car is spinning. I don't know which way is up, but that's what winning. Tilt-A-Whirl, best ride on the boards. Tilt-A-Whirl, my face hit in the door. I can't tell if I'm upside down or just sideways in the spin. Tilt-A-Whirl, this is the best this ride has been. Tilt-A-Whirl, spin. Woo! 3 more minutes, but who can tell? Time moves differently inside this shell of spinning metal that the man controls with some kind of joystick. Bless his soul. She grabbed Mom and I grabbed her back, and we spun together through the track. And the whole boardwalk was a blur of light, and everything was perfect and not right. I'm screaming, she's screaming, both of us spinning. The ride ends somewhere, but we're not finished winning. Tilt-A-Whirl, can't stop laughing. Tilt-A-Whirl, still spinning. Actually, is the ride still going? I can't tell anymore. Tilt-A-Whirl, this is what summer is for. Tilt-A-Whirl, Tilt-A-Whirl, ooh, Tilt-A-Whirl, spin, Tilt-A-Whirl, spins. Counterclockwise now and then clockwise back. I lost my hat on the second track. She's got her hands up, I've got mine. Tilt-A-Whirl, Tilt-A-Whirl, everything is spinning still. Tilt-A-Whirl, give me another thrill. The buzz sounds, the world slows down. I try to stand up and fall on the ground. Tilt-A-Whirl, Tilt-A-Whirl, best ride ever. Tilt-A-Whirl. Duh. I need to sit down. It started with the smell before you saw it. The salt and the fried food and the crowd. And then the lights, the whole boardwalk blazing. And the rides and the music too loud. Every summer night in '76 was exactly like the one before, and exactly different in the way that you only understand when summer's over. We stayed out until they closed it. Every single night we could. Nobody told us to go home, except when maybe we should. Every summer night in '76, the boardwalk burning bright. Every summer night in '76, we own the whole night. The rides and the games and the food and the band. Every summer night in '76, I had my friends in the ocean and the boards beneath my hand. Every summer night in '76. August came and no one mentioned September. The way you don't mention the end of good things. We just kept showing up every evening, like the summer never planned its endings. And the band on the bandstand kept on playing, and the funnel cake was still the best, and the Ferris wheel still turned at midnight, and we kept forgetting all the rest. And nobody took a photograph that I remember now, but the whole summer is a photograph ride to be back on those boards with those people I knew every summer night in '76. The most beautiful thing I had no idea I was living through every summer night in '76. And someday they'll ask me what was the best year, and I won't even have to think, I'll just say right here, '76. The boards, the people, the rides, the nights, the ordinary, extraordinary summer nights of my life. Every summer night in '76, I wish I'd known then what I know now. Summer night in '76, I'd have paid more attention somehow. The rides and the people and the ocean at night, every summer night in '76 was the absolute beautiful American ride. Every summer night in '76. Every summer night. Summer night in '76. Every summer night. Every summer night. How many do we get? 4 shots, 4 people, best deal yet. We all tried to fit on the little bench. It took 3 tries to not look like a wrench. First shot, someone blinked. Second shot, someone laughed so hard they cried. Third shot, perfect, everyone's beautiful. Fourth shot, Tommy photobombed it beside. The strip came out, the curtain swung wide, and we all grabbed for it at the same time. The photo booth on the boardwalk in the summer. The photo booth, somebody always looks dumber. But that's the point, that's the whole point. 4 shots of real. The photo booth remembers everything we feel. The photo booth. We argued over who gets to keep this strip. I said I paid, I get the whole trip. She said you paid a quarter, split it fair. Tommy said I want the one where my hair. We tore it in half and someone was upset, but then we did it again, no regrets. Second strip, she made a face in every shot, and somehow it was the best photos we've got. The strip came out and we all laughed at 4 small squares of our best selves. The photo booth, 4 shots of summer '76. The photo booth, somebody always gets the blinks. But somewhere in those 4 small squares is the realest picture. The photo booth. But hold on, I still have mine in a shoebox in a drawer, and every few years I open it and more than remember the summer. I remember the exact moment. All 4 of us tried to fit and couldn't, and laughed and did it anyway. The photo booth, 4 shots and a summer saved. The photo booth, the best 4 quarters I ever paid. 1 strip of 4 photos, that's all that I need. The photo booth on the boardwalk still holds everything, still holds us, still holds '76. The photo booth. Click, flash, click, flash, click, flash. The lights on the Ferris wheel start to go off. One by one the stands are shutting down. The guy at the ring toss is counting his rings, and the bump car track is the quietest sound. But one ride still has a line at the gate, and we ran across the boards to get there in time. The attendant said last car going up, and we got in with 3 minutes to 9. One more time, just one more time before they call it summer night. Last ride before they close, that's the one that counts the most. Last ride before they close, the one that matters coast to coast. And everything is shutting down and the summer's almost done. Last ride before they close is the sweetest one, is the one you hold on to. Last ride before they close. We held the bar and held each other, and the ride moved slow on purpose, I swear. Like the operator knew that we needed every single second up there. The boardwalk below us going dark, stand by stand and light by light. And we were the last ones in the air on the last night that was right. Last time for this, the summer ending in 3, 2, 1. Last ride before they close, the whole boardwalk beneath us going quiet. Last ride before they close, hold on, don't fight it. The air is warm, the summer's in the air. Last ride before they close, and everything is there, every perfect thing we did. Every night we stayed this late. Last ride before they close, and it's beautiful, and it's enough. And when they finally brought us down, and the last light on the boardwalk went out, the night was so quiet I could hear the ocean, and I knew what the summer was about. It was about the last ride. More than a first, it was about to stay until the end. Last ride before they close, that's the one that stays with you. Last ride before they close, every summer me and you. And when the last light finally went out, we walked back in the dark. Last ride before they close, burn summer into our hearts, summer into our heart. Last ride. Saltwater and sunscreen, that's how it starts. Every summer, same first breath, same restart. The moment you step out of the car and the smell hits you before you've gone far. Some combination that I can't explain, that's never anywhere else, that's only the same on a coastal boardwalk in the summer heat. The smell that tells you you've arrived complete. And every time it finds me, anywhere at all, a hint of salt and coconut, and suddenly I'm small again. Saltwater and sunscreen, that's what summer smells like. Saltwater and sunscreen, that's what everything right is. The ocean and the lotion and the hot boards under feet. Saltwater and sunscreen, the most complete summer I ever knew. Saltwater and sunscreen was you. She had the sunscreen on her shoulders, the kind that smells of coconut and bay, and the salt air mixed with something sweeter, and the combination wouldn't go away. In 20 years from now in some other city, something will catch me, a wind, a spray, and I'll be 17 again in an instant, standing on this boardwalk in July. Some things get into you, past thought or memory. Saltwater and sunscreen is already part of me. Saltwater and sunscreen, the whole summer in two things: saltwater and sunscreen. Everything that summer brings, the rides and the games, can fade with time, but saltwater and sunscreen will always remind me of this summer of '76. Saltwater and sunscreen. The smell of something good lasts longer than the good thing, and long after the summer keeps on singing in the back of your nose, in the back of your brain. Saltwater and sunscreen calls you back again. Saltwater and sunscreen, that's the whole summer right there. Saltwater and sunscreen on the ocean and the air, and the hot wooden boards and the sound of the waves. Saltwater and sunscreen, all the best of all these summer days. Saltwater and sunscreen. Just this. Just this. Boardwalk's mostly dark behind us now. The sound of the ocean following us somehow. Past the motel with the vacancy sign, past the pizza place we save for next time, past the souvenir shop that smelled of candles, past the woman who sold all your sandals. Problems for $1.50, past all of it. Walking back through the summer lit. Nobody's in a hurry, nobody's trying to get there fast. This kind of perfect, you wanna last. The walk back after everything, the walk back when the board stops singing, when the rides go quiet and the lights go out. The walk back is what the whole night was about. The coming home part, the slow cool air part, the walk back after the best night ever. She had her shoes off for the last 3 blocks, walking barefoot on the warm sidewalk, and the street lights made her shadow move ahead, and someone in a window above us said goodnight, and we said goodnight back, and everything was right on the exact track of what a summer night should feel. The walk back was as good as the real thing, and nobody wanted to say it first. I guess we should call it a night, so we didn't. We just walked past the parking lot, the walk back, best thing we got after all the big exciting, the quiet walk home. The walk back is the part that feels most your own, the soft end part, the almost there part, the walk back after the best night ever. And when we finally got there, we stood outside for a minute, like neither of us could quite put the key in. It ended and she said, same time tomorrow, and I said, same time tomorrow, and we both knew same time tomorrow would be the same tonight. last night in '76. The walk back, best part of all the tricks and treats and rides and smells. The walk back is the part the memory tells. The quiet feet part, the cool night air part. The walk back after the summer was perfect.
They told us all year it was gonna be something. 200 years since the whole thing began. And honestly, I didn't really get it until I was standing in the crowd on the sand. And 1,000 strangers were looking at the same sky. Then the fireworks went up and we all went quiet. And for that one moment I understood what 200 years of trying really could. Make something that feels like
more than just a country,
more than just a place, something like home. Bicentennial Summer, the year we counted to.
Bicentennial Summer,
The year I finally wondered what it means to belong somewhere, to be part of something older.
Bicentennial Summer,
Everything felt a little more.
Bicentennial Summer,
My grandfather lived through both of them. Said this one feels more like the one I knew. Said when I was young it still felt new. And tonight it feels new to you. And he was right, I felt it on the boardwalk, in the flags and the decorations and the crowd, and in the way 1,000 strangers sang together. Something that I still can't name out loud. Something that comes from being part of something bigger. Something you didn't choose but somehow chose you. Bicentennial Summer, the year I learned something true.
Bicentennial Summer,
America was me and you, and every stranger on this boardwalk, and every voice that sang.
Bicentennial Summer,
The most beautiful of the American summers of my life. 200 years is just a number, till you're standing in the middle of the thing. And the middle of the thing is always people on a boardwalk somewhere, singing
Bicentennial Summer,
200 years of this.
Bicentennial Summer,
Still the one I miss, the red and white and blue on the Atlantic coast. Bicentennial Summer, the summer I loved America the most.
Labor Day came the way it always does. Quiet at first and then the parking lots, emptying out one car at a time, until the boardwalk had more boards than people. And the man who ran the funnel cake stand was wiping down his equipment with a rag. And the band on the bandstand played one last song and packed their cases in a canvas bag. And she said, see you next summer, standing where we met. And I said, see you next summer, like I'd never forget, like I would never forget. See you next summer, at the same time, same place. See you next summer, when I need to see your face. The boardwalk will still be here, the ocean will still be there. See you next summer, because summer always brings the best things back. I stayed until the very last light went out. I always do, I can't help how I am. And the ocean sounded different in September, like it knew it had a different work to plan. And the cotton candy stand was just a window, and the Tilt-A-Whirl was locked in still. And the photo booth was dark inside its curtain, but it still held everything it held. And the boardwalk boards still smelled like summer, and the salt air carried August out to sea. And I said, same time next summer to nobody. Somebody said, same time inside of me. On these same old boards. See you next summer at the cotton candy store. The funnel cake will still be there, the band will still be playing. See you next summer, because everything worth having always comes back. And here's the thing about a summer boardwalk, it never really ends. Just pauses in the winter while it waits for you again. And every year it's exactly where you left it, and every year you're exactly who you were. And somehow both of those things are exactly right. See you next summer, see you on the bar. Summer, everything's still yours. The salt and the sun, and the rides and the games. See you next summer, in the beautiful, ordinary American summer. Next summer, that never really ends. See you next summer. See you next summer. See you next summer.
That was the summer of '76. 200 years of America on a boardwalk on the Atlantic. And somewhere right now, a boardwalk is still lit up. The Ferris wheel is still turning. Someone is still eating funnel cake, and it's still the best thing they've ever had. Some things don't change. That's the whole point. I make this music for the people who still remember what summer smelled like, and for the people who want to know. If that's you, subscribe. I'll keep the boardwalk open. This was Retro Vibe FM. See you next time.
Rate Vibe FM.